doing my first bit of work on the book, The Kindling of Ash. So, if you don't know what this is, I did just post an actual video. It's like 4 minutes long, explaining all of it. Go check it out. Um, it is about this book and about the world within it. Just a little short summary of it, but go check it definitely. Okay. Okay, so I want to add several gods to it. If I can actually spell. Um, what? So, several known gods within the land of Elendori, or the world of Elendori. Several of them with majorly devoted religions, or even, what is it? I don't want to say scientific devotions, because I don't want the idea of science to be relevant in this, because it is still dark fantasy medieval. Like that's what it is. It's medieval dystopian dark fantasy. So if I introduce the idea of science into this, it's not gonna really make that much sense. Most notably, placeholder. This is gonna be the name of the this is the placeholder for the name of the religion for uh, a religion devoted to the god Healy, believed to be the creator of life and the world itself. The religion and each person's belief. Oh my god. Belief of Nephili diverges in several ways. The two most notable spark the oh my god, what is that? Because it's sorcery and it's not gonna be called miracles, but miracles from the Souls games, as well as sorceries, will be born from religion based around Nephili, because sorcery is going to take more of a nature-based route. Which one is the one I was drinking? No. What was it? What was I going to name it? There was something I wanted to name it. Um, oh yeah, I did also forget it. As I said, this world is very, very work in progress. I'm burying myself. It hurts. Is that dumb? The religion devoted to Nephili is the Nephitans. Or Nephili. Nephilians? That also sounds kind of dumb. I don't know. I don't know how to go about that. Nephilianity. Trying to, I don't know. I want this to sound good. That philosophy. Whatever the hell. What do I name it? We'll leave it as placeholder for now. Um, another important. Ooh, I had a name for this one. I don't remember what I called it. The god of the more vulgar side of life. Most notably, blood. As in literal life blood, you know, right? Aspect. A religion based on the accumulation of blood and extracting everything it has to offer and experimenting with it's hard to describe what I'm trying to go for with this. Thing is, I gotta find a way to make this blood god actually relevant to the story, which is not gonna be easy to do. What I might try and do is have it mostly be related, or mostly be a religion for bandits. And the characters get stopped by these bandits and they use their ability to control blood against the main characters. Kind of like bloodbending in Avatar The Last Airbender. Maybe? That's an idea. Sorry, I'm changing my music real quick. I gotta think, like, this is a world that is falling apart at the seams. Okay. Put this in here. Get rid of it here. Okay. What else do we got? What else do we got? I kind of want to just put down ideas for right now. Ideas for me to build on. Like we had one that I liked that I was working on. This one right here. Alaric is an amnesiac mercenary. So he's a mercenary with Kaylin. Him and Kaylin are together, right? Or like they're running together, doing jobs and whatnot. Silora and Brasha are knowledge seeking together because Silora is a sorcerer and Brasha is a cleric. And, they're both researching Nephili. Rowena is also a mercenary, but she is on her own doing her own thing. But they respond to a contract. Um, they respond to a contract because they all need to make some money, and all five of them just happen to respond to, or four of them Yeah, 5 of them, sorry. Just happened to respond to the same contract. Not realizing that the Herald of the Hold, the Firekeeper, put together this contract to bring them together. The actual contract itself did not exist, but she put that contract out in the world and made it so outlandish that most normal people would not respond to it. But that's where I came up with the idea of Nephili, because the Herald will be not only is she a herald of the Hold, but the Hold will have been. Here we go. Here we go. Nephili created the Veil Hold as a safe haven to protect against the influence of the Abyss, and gave one being the ability to have complete domain over it and protect it. The Herald of the Hold. So the reason why that's going to be important is the Herald believes in Nephili, right? With her devotion, she believes very heavily, hey, I'm going to put this out in the world, and only the people I want to find it are going to find it. These are the people that need to come together to get this done. You know? You've got Alaric, the main character, who is heavily trained in his past. He doesn't know it, it's mostly muscle memory. This is another thing I need to do. I'll do this right now. Alaric is an amnesiac. He has no memory of his past as of a few years ago. The only knowledge is at 0 luck, reawakening any glimpses of his past, and decided to roam Elendori as a mercenary using his what is it? What's the proper word for it? His hidden, I guess, would be the best. That is what's going to be public information. Okay. Now, this is not, this is only going to be seen in the stream. I know nobody's watching, so whatever. I want to say it. I want to work on it right now. Alaric is actually 700 years old, but has been kept in stasis by the one soul. The soul cannot be diminished unless used as kindling. Other than that, it cannot die. Okay? Roaming is a nameless soldier, right? So, actually, nearly 700 years old, but has been kept in stasis by the one soul. The one soul keeps its host alive until used specifically as kindling, cannot be destroyed. And as its power grows, the stronger it gets at keeping its host in peak condition. He has spent the last 700 years of his life roaming Elendor as a nameless soldier, a good Samaritan sorts, honing his skills with weaponry. My thing about this, like the only clincher I have about this idea is him being 700 years old. Like his character, like in the current story of the book, for the first long while, he'll be an amnesiac. He won't remember any of this. He'll have muscle memory to keep him going with his combat, but he's not. He's gonna end up getting this knowledge back, and if I keep it like this, he's gonna, being 700 years old, he's gonna be one of the most skilled people on the planet. He's gonna know just about every possible spell out there. He's gonna know how to use every weapon ever created. You know? He's just gonna be unstoppable. But with with the way it is, Acheron took the place of the original guy. So the one soul sat in stasis for 700 years until the current events of the book. But I don't know how to make it make sense for the one soul to survive that long and have it have no purpose without him being in stasis for that time. I don't want to say it put him in a coma. I don't want to say he kept reincarnating over and over again and the soul just kept growing bigger and bigger. The soul part, that'll definitely be true. Once he finally be is able to tap into magic in the book, he'll notice like it tends to be a little bit more chaotic and powerful than those who are teaching him how to use it. So, if you've ever seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, when you know he's going at it pretty slow, he's got a couple of flames, but with this, it's gonna be giant, catastrophic. Like he'll try and do one tiny flame off the top of his finger, and it'll just be. You guys might not have seen that because my stream is lagging. Love that. I don't know how to explain it, make it make sense. I'm gonna try redoing the Ethernet on my PC. First, we're gonna get that out of the way. Ugh. We'll see how that goes. Why is it so fucking hot in here? All the time it's hot in here. It is always hot. Okay. Now, where do we take this? So that's one idea, is have him be 700 years old. Not my biggest, not my favorite. There is the idea. Mark is the current host of the one soul passed down through generations since the time of Acheron. The one soul has continued to grow in power. I can't type that fast without doing issues, bro, I swear. Power during this time. The 700 years. Just curious. Researching ideas for this real quick. I don't know. I really don't know how to make his background actually make sense and not make him completely broken. I want him to be powerful. I don't want him to be god level. You know? Post this and not have it matter. But I will say this. Roland will end up returning, and with him returning, it will create the first event of a duplicate one soul. Alaric and Voland, when Alaric is at his prime state, will use this opportunity to banish the abyss from Elendori permanently. right? Right? Because for anybody new, Aegis Voland was the original person who was supposed to kindle the first flame, right? So during the time of Acheron, he was supposed to kindle the flame. Oh shit, Coda joins at 1 in the morning? No, it would be what, 2 or 3 in the morning for you. Well, then this is new information for you, Coda. Maybe it's not. It probably isn't. You probably heard me say this before. Aegis Voland, the original kindler of the flame, right? But Acheron gets corrupted by the abyss. Oh no, I was reading my time zones improperly, you're right. Whatever. Acheron, with his abyssal affliction, gets power hungry and instead uses his own soul to kindle the flame, right? Just completely pushes Voland aside. Using his abyssal magic, he is able to take Voland to a different reality. And when that happens, the universe has to autocorrect and remake the one soul to stabilize that yin yang of the abyss and the one soul, you know? Um, but at the end of the story, Voland will end up coming back. Alaric will have a 700-year-old one soul, more powerful than ever before. Like, over 100 times more powerful, I think. No, it's not that. Because most people, when they end up doing it, are around 25 to 30 years old. Okay, so roughly 23 times more powerful. So, more than anybody's ever seen. Combined with Volan's soul, by the time that he comes back, he will have been inside of that alternate reality for I'm probably going to say close to 15 years, which would put him in his 40s, which is another 40 years added to it. They use that combined strength never was foreseen with the one soul to permanently push back the abyss, completely eradicate it. Because even at just 25 years of it growing and getting stronger, it's able to push the abyss back for 1,000 years. You know? It's a long fucking time to push back a being that is able to breach to the surface in less than 3 decades. What do you think about that? What do you think? I also love that TikTok, or not TikTok, YouTube is not restrictive as much. It's purely just the fact that I'm not actually playing Dark Souls is the reason why I'm not getting very many views on this. Plus, it's 1 in the morning. But if I were to try and do this on TikTok, I'd end up getting my stream restricted because it would see it as reproducing content. But There's an idea. Nephili might just make him a god by the end of it. I gotta make an abyssal god. There's gotta be some. There's gotta be two gods to yin and yang that. That's gotta happen. So Nephili is the god of life, like life seeded throughout the universe, nature and shit like that. Um, but there's gotta be one that's not necessarily the god of death, but chaos and the abyss. What about Alari? I'm gonna have it be a specific point to make some of the names kind of similar. Like you've got Alaric and Olari, you know. Oh, this is probably the god that I'm going to have the people at the necropolis be devoted to. So this one's got to be important. I don't know about Olari though. I don't know what I kind of like Alaria. I feel like it's weird. It's a weird way to describe it, but like Olaria feels like too fat. Like I don't know, anything I say to try and describe it's just gonna sound weird. Like you start to choke on the beginning, Olaria. Ilarian. Kind of like that. That one I do like. Ilarian. Where did you go, Coda? Just stop by and disappear. This guy. This guy. He is alive, but barely. While Ilarian has no ill intentions, he knows he must maintain balance, whatever the cost. Like, he doesn't intend on, like, destroying everything to take over. He does know that there must be some sort of chaos to balance out the peace. Which is why he seeded the idea of the abyss to help him balance that out. I hope it doesn't keep bugging out for you guys. Are you guys fine? Because it's saying it's going bad on my end. I wish I could play music for you guys. I really do. TikTok just does not like it. Ooh, here's one. Here's one. During his time in the fractured reality, Poland discovered Hilarion. Okay, right? So, with Aegis Voland also being somebody to have inherited the one soul, and Alaric being the current continuity's holder of the one soul, they are also going to be a yin yang, right? Voland is going to discover Ilarion, use the knowledge that he gains from this god to help him build the. He's going to get more in tune with the abyss and his technical connection to it. But because of the one soul, he cannot be corrupted by it. So he can use it all he wants and be totally fine and clear headed and ready to go, you know? So he's going to use abyssal magic for pure good, which is going to help show that while there can be chaos, there can be balance within the chaos. What you think? What you think? Because Alaric will end up being devoted to Nephili, okay? The goddess of peace and prosperity. I like it. I'm liking it. What is it? What is that word? I don't want to. He develops a connection to the abyss. I don't want to say symbiotic, but like it's semi-symbiotic, but like it's not. Like symbiotic means that something is leeching off another to survive, but at the same time they both need each other. But this one, it's just gonna be they both need each other. Not codependency. I mean, that is exactly what that is, but not codependency. I guess I could just say it comes to the revelation of knowing exactly how he got to this reality. Bam. During his time in the fractured reality, Volan discovered Ilarion and the teachings of others devoted to him. Using this reality's knowledge and other teachings of the Abyss, he slowly over time develops the ability to manipulate the chaos within the Abyss, and later experiments with opening tears in reality to get home. With this knowledge, he comes to the revelation of knowing exactly how he got to this reality in the first place. Acheron. I like this. I like this. I like this a lot. Okay. Now, I have already had to rewrite the beginning of the book several times, but the current beginning of the book I have will still work with all of this. Because the current beginning of the book will end up explaining the timeline between Acheron and Aegis Voland, you know? Acheron sending Voland to that different reality. That's going to be the first couple of chapters. is Acheron's downfall, his experimentation with the abyss, Volan's mental battle with himself over the idea of kindling the flame and seeing what the hell he should do. Oh, I also renamed the book The Kindling of Ash. And apparently, according to this, there are no books that are currently named The Kindling of Ash. Try. Hold on. See what that does. See what this does. You guys can't see this, but I'm trying to see if I can make this purple. There we go. That is the new design. That is Aegis Voland after he comes out of the old real or the fractured reality. I actually really like the detail in that. I hate using AI. I do. I just wish I had the ability to draw something like this because I love this detail. There's an idea. Let's try that. See what this does. Anyways, I don't want him to seem like this dark purple knight, so I'm trying to put more color into it. Maybe. Alright. I'm gonna end the stream for now. I'll come back to this in the future. I'm gonna do a little bit more work on it off stream, but it's mostly just gonna be like fixing old stuff. Anyways, thank you guys for stopping in, and I will see you in the next one.